You're watching Movies Till Dawn on AFN.
Have you ever seen a pig with wings? Well, you could if you were in Cincinnati, Ohio. In 1988, a sculpture designed to celebrate the city's 200th anniversary recognized Cincinnati's unique relationship with pigs. Cincinnati had been the pork processing center of the United States during the 1850s. That's why British artist Andrew Lester chose pigs to be the centerpiece of the sculpture. He explained his design process as,
essentially, I was studying the social history of the site and then kind of extracting what I perceived to be important themes and then picking the ones that visually had the most impact.
4-foot winged pigs set atop smokestacks is indeed an image with impact. In fact, the finished artwork is so popular that the city even sponsors a flying pig marathon. Cincinnati's Bicentennial Gateway, the only public park in America that celebrates the pig.
Oh, no! I couldn't believe it.
Well, is this the end of the world right here?
Behind me is the flag that flew proudly over Hickam Air Force Base on December the 7th, 1941. This December marks the 60th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. More than half a century later, America has again been attacked on its own soil. And once again, our nation is depending upon its men and women in uniform to defend America's freedom. Each of you are doing your part, working extended hours to support the mission, and there's no doubt the long road ahead will require even more. I urge each of you to stay focused, vigilant, and above all, safe. Remember, America is depending upon our strength.
Yes, I'm ready.
We're very ready. Me and 2 other men, we were the first soldiers who were not officers to be awarded medals. General Washington himself gave them to us. Called them the Andre medals, because we captured the British intelligence agent, Major John Andre.
Today, there are scores of decorations given to service members who distinguish themselves regardless of their rank.
But the first medals for enlisted soldiers began with this.
The Andre Medal, part of our American military heritage.
Okay. It's AFN Late Nights with Jay.
Party's over, back in the trenches, let's go.
Then,
are you getting paid to do this?
catch Dave and guests. AFN Late Nights.
In the late 1800s, women were still years away from being able to vote. Yet one woman didn't let that discourage her. Victoria Woodhull was already a controversial figure in New York City. She and her sister had established a very successful stock brokerage firm on Wall Street, and they had founded a weekly newspaper which did quite well. But nothing compared to the campaign that Victoria organized in 1872 to run for the office of the President of the United States. She was at first admired by the suffragettes because she spoke out in favor of allowing women to vote. But soon her platform included less popular views. Victoria Woodhull also spoke out for free love, abortion, divorce, and legalized prostitution. Her campaign was the subject of the juiciest gossip and news stories of the day. Although her candidacy drew little response at the polls, Victoria Woodhull served to shake up the politics of 19th century Washington.
Massachusetts is ranked 45th in size and is located in New England. It's surrounded by Vermont, New Hampshire, the Atlantic Ocean, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and New York. When glaciers traveled through Massachusetts thousands of years ago, they left behind a ridge of debris jutting into the ocean. As sand was deposited on this finger of land, it became an important part of the state. Today, we know it as Cape Cod. Elsewhere along the Massachusetts coast, the land is generally flat with occasional small hills. To the west, the land rises into rocky elevations and valleys, and then into the Berkshire Hills. Located here in the Berkshires is Mount Greylock, the state's highest point at over 3,400 feet. The Connecticut River, the longest river in New England, flows through the fertile farmland of central Massachusetts before leaving the state. Massachusetts, a unique part of the American landscape.
You're all ready to play. Time to quit being a wussy.
Dave,
Dave! Is there no God?
Titus, 7:30 p.m. Thursdays.
Maybe we should call Mom.
Family dysfunction has never been funnier.
On August 26, 1967, Major George E. Day was shot down just north of the DMZ. Sustaining serious injury, he was captured as soon as he touched down. Taken prisoner, Day was subjected to severe physical abuse, but thought only of escape. Day convinced two young guards that his injuries left him incapacitated. Leaving his hands untied provided Day just the opportunity he needed to escape. Major Day freed himself and headed south to the DMZ. For nearly 2 weeks, Day staggered through the jungles. Exhausted, he was recaptured, and his ordeal continued until his release on March 14, 1973. But Colonel Day upheld the principles of Article 3 of the Code of Conduct. If I am captured, I will continue to resist by all means available. I will make every effort to escape and aid others to escape. I will accept neither parole nor special favors from the enemy.
I'm Max Keeble, the world's greatest 7th grader. What can I say? I totally rule.
Favorite?
And all the other kids just wish they were me. At least, that's my dream. Unfortunately, this is real life.
It's gonna be a rough year for you.
Filled with real jerks. No!
Keeble!
And even the principal is a real problem.
I've got my eye on you, Max Keeble.
But today,
I've got big news.
I'm getting a chance to make all my dreams come true.
We're moving to Chicago.
We're moving.
Friday.
Think about it. If I'm moving, I have one last day to take a stand. To make the school a better place for the kids I'm leaving behind. We're not moving?
Oh, goody.
He's so happy he can't speak.
Max Keeble's big move.
How you doing? Hi, everybody.
Stay up late with Jay and the Tonight Show. Then,
The fiercest competition ever.
David Letterman and The Late Show on AFN Late Nights.
Through the eyes of military photographers, this is Combat Camera. I'm Jim Langdon. The Air Force helped children in America help children in Afghanistan. C-17 cargo jets delivered 140,000 pounds of aid to Afghan children. The aid included winter coats, tents, and gifts bought with the money from President Bush's America's Fund for Afghan Children, in which all children in the United States were each asked to donate $1. Leathernecks quickly get in gear to support Operation Enduring Freedom. Members of the 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit gather up their gear for a surprise inspection on USS Bataan. Marines are asked to hold up items one by one, showing they have everything they need to fight terrorism. And that's today's Combat Camera.
Now, family, the movers will be here soon. Do we have everything we want to carry with us?
Ah!
Wednesday. Will you be bringing your spider collection or leaving them for the new residents to enjoy?
I'm bringing them, Mother.
Then gather them up, dear. Gomez, mi amor.
Yes, my sweet.
Is this Uncle Fester's?
Why, of course. I'd recognize those little dimples anywhere.
The announcer, madam.
Remember, when you PCS, you need to hand carry your military, medical, and other important papers with you during the move. And small valuables and sentimental items should always be hand carried.
I guess this is sentimental. Things. Take this, please.
That's not exactly what I meant. Well, you get the idea.